All right, so I want to introduce our head librarian at Northwest, Miss Lauralee Ambriz. Lauralee and I have worked together for a number of years. We both started at our current jobs at the same time. So Ambriz has actually a background in like medical librarianship, but she's learned an awful lot about history working together, and she's built a wonderful resource for my classes, which she'll show you how to use today. So without further ado, Miss Ambriz.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. All right, so this is a main library website. Here's where you can find most of our resources, but before I show you any of them, I also want to show you that we have online assistance available. So when you click on the Get Connected, you'll see the hours of operation. You can send an email to askaleave@epcc.edu with any questions, or you can call 831-8886, which happens to be my number. And you can find me here from 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays and Sundays from 9 to 5. But if you click on Connect, you'll get to a virtual room similar to where we are right now on Blackboard, and you can get assistance also if you want like a hands-on demonstration of anything that you can share your screen, or a librarian can share a screen with you during those times by clicking here where it says Connect. Right below that, then we have our EBSCO Discovery Service. That's like the main search engine for all the resources that we have available at the EPCC libraries, all 5 campuses. Physically, all 5 are closed right now, given the current health emergency. All our services are virtual. If you must have a book or a DVD or something from the libraries, we do special arrangements through your instructor, and we will let you know when it's ready and you can pick it up, okay? But it's something that you cannot find anywhere else online or anywhere, okay? So EBSCO Discovery Service, again, is like the main search engine where you can find books, magazines, scholarly journals, newspaper articles, all of the databases, the print collection, multimedia, anything. You can search by keyword, title, or author to do your initial search. And we're going to go more over on how to develop a search strategy in a minute. Then below that, we have the resources, a classic catalog, online databases. But then also we have something called library research guides. This is where your guide is going to be. You just need to type your instructor's last name and search. And it's going to be.
And by the way, if you can't spell my last name correctly, which happens because it's weird, you can also search by history and then you'll see it pop up.
And I'm also going to put is there a shot? Yes. Okay. The URL on the shot so you can get to this LibGuide. So there's stuff on the main website, but everything else you need, it's going to be in here for your specific assignment. Below that, you have your actual assignment and the media list. So here's a History 1302. So you can select your film, but we're going to cover more of this in December, so I just want you to know what's in here.
And by the way, you have that same list on Blackboard, so it's in multiple places for you. But yes, we'll cover that in December when we come back with Miss Ambriz.
And your assignment, it's right here. Also, we have the History Library handouts. So the first one, I would recommend that you print it if you have a printer at home, because it has the URL for your LibGuide. It has some other places to save passwords of the stuff that we're going to be covering, and just some stuff on the Boolean operators, how to build your search strategy using the and or not, the parentheses, the quotes, the star. I'm going to be covering some of it, but sometimes within an hour, it's a lot to cover. But if you want to go over and review them carefully, then that handout is really good. It's only 3 pages. Actually, it should be 2. The last one is blank, so it should be 2. And then here are some keywords that are going to help you when we come back in December for your media analysis. But for now, the first part is what you're going to need for today. Also here, it's a citation styles handout. It has MLA, APA, and Chicago. Your instructor lets you use any of them, whichever you prefer. And it has How to cite print resources. If you're using something from your textbook, then you would use book, depending on what you're using, MLA or APA. So we're giving you all 3 samples. So the first 2 pages are for print resources, how to cite them. And the second 2 pages are for online resources. Like for MLA, you must include the URL. For APA, it's optional. For Chicago, you don't have to use it. So there's differences. So once you select one, make sure you stick through your whole paper, not through the whole semester, but through the whole paper assignment with the same writing style. Okay. And this will be very good for you to like double check if it's correct. I'm going to show you how to get the citation pre-formatted already from the online databases. But this will help you make sure it's in the correct format, if it has to be underlined or italics or any of those things, okay? The other one is the types of periodicals handout. If you're still not very familiar, when you're on the online databases, making a difference, what's a scholarly journal, a newspaper, since all they open in a PDF, this will help you to understand the difference among the different type of publications and periodicals.
Lorely, I can't see your screen right now.
You can't see my screen anymore?
No.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, I think, Maria, did you accidentally share your screen?
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah. Now I can see it. You're good.
Okay. Were you able to see the handout for the citing resources?
Now we can see it.
Okay, there you go. Well, that's a handout for the citing resources. And then I show the types of periodicals. That's the other handout. All of them are here on the bottom part of the main homepage of the LibGuide. And then the last but not least is the search strategy. This is going to be very helpful no matter what class you're taking or what assignment you're doing, if it's a 1-page paper, if it's a 10-page paper. It's going to help you do your search strategy or statement to start your research or your searches on the online databases. So you can start with one word, like you're going to write about the American Revolution. That's it. So you put that on the research topic or question at the top, and then you can start finding key people or keywords or context or the time period, if it's an era or if it's a specific year. Those all can be keywords, where it happened. So all that can be typed in here. This is a fillable form, so you can start typing there and break down your search into different strategies, okay? So we're gonna come back to this one. I'm gonna leave it open there. And then at the top you have, again, this is your home. Then you have articles and databases. These are the very specific databases. What happened here? Everything changed to one column. Well, I'll make sure it's back to 2. Okay, so you have the history databases at the top. American Historical Newspaper is one of our most recent acquisitions from Newsbank, and that searches newspapers all the way back to the 1600s to 2000. And then we have other ones that will research the newer newspapers. The one I would recommend for any of your assignments here are the History Study Center and JSTOR Essential. JSTOR will be only scholarly and journal articles. Once you click on it, it'll ask you to authenticate as an EPCC student. So you would put your email and your password as usual for your email or your Blackboard. And then you can start a search here. Then it'll give you the full text of the article. It'll highlight the terms for you. You can save this into your computer or any cloud drive that you might have. You can download the PDF. You can cite this. It'll give it to you pre-formatted already in MLA, APA, or Chicago. And I'm going to show you Noodle Tools. You can export to it, but you need to have your project open first. I'm going to pause here and go back to your LibGuide. I'm going to go all the way up. There's something here, citation and writing styles. As you scroll down, there's something called Noodle Tools. And if you don't have an account already, you can go ahead and register. If you already have an account, you can just sign in. And every assignment will become a project. So you would just click on new project and you're just gonna say history 1302 essay or whatever it is that you're doing. And then select again the writing style and make sure you stick through to it through the whole assignment. Always leave it on advanced and then submit. This is your dashboard. You don't have to do anything here. You're just gonna go to sources. And here's where you can start adding new sources. You can do it like manually here and click the new source. Anything that comes from the EPCC library databases or that you have to authenticate with a username or a password or pay for it, that's going to be considered a database. If it's electronic and you have to either authenticate or pay for it. Website, it's anything that it's open on the web. You can still find journal articles, newspaper, periodicals, books, any type of format on the open web. Just make sure that you know where it's coming from, if it's a database or a website. Printer in hand, if you print an article from a database, it's still coming from a database. Printer in hand is like a print newspaper or print magazine that you grab from a stand, or your textbook or something that it's already like in your hand. View her live could be a quote or something from your instructor's lecture, something that you heard on a podcast, on TV, or on the radio, a film or video recording. So when we get to the film analysis part, this is where you're going to select to cite the film that you're using for your assignment. The last two, don't worry about them. So right now I'm using a database which is called JSTOR. So I would select JSTOR and then journal article. But since that one has a function that it'll automatically transfer, I'm not going to select anything. I'm just going to leave my project open and go back here. So I'm going to I selected MLA and I'm going to export to Noodle Tools. Is that double check? It's asking me to log in, which I'm already logged in. I don't know why it's doing that, but let's log in again. Not letting me, hold on. I'm already signed in. What is it doing? Hold on. Okay, shouldn't be asking me to log in. I'm going to do it the other way, so still it's best for the other database. So I'm going to copy it, go back to my Noodle Tools, create a new source, then database, and then it's a journal. And again, you can fill each of those, or you can go here where it says copy cite, a copy and paste a citation, paste it here, and then save it. If you want the URL to be able to come back to that citation, it's already in here embedded. So just click in there and it'll take you directly back. That's another reason why I recommend the Noodle Tools, because it'll keep all your sources in one place and you can easily come back. Because once you're doing your searches, you go to so many places and then it's hard to remember where you started or where you were doing your search. Okay. I go back to my research guide. And back to the articles and databases. So that's the JSTOR one. Again, I also recommend the History Study Center for any topic that you're doing on history. If you want to learn more as you're reading your textbook too, this is a very good starting place too. If you get this error message on Chrome, just click on Advanced and then Proceed. You can also just type your search here. And this will give you study units to understand an event or subject better. Then it'll give you historical documents, reference document like encyclopedia, article, dictionary, or any of those. I'm sorry. Then it'll give you multimedia. And then it'll give you a few of scholarly resources at the very bottom, journal articles, like the ones we found at JSTOR. All of them will be full text. Once you open them,
It looks like this one's got an error.
I know, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
The joys of technology.
I love it. I know. I think it's a whole database. Okay, sorry, we're gonna have to go to another one and I'm gonna report this. I hope when you're doing your assignment, it doesn't happen. Okay, the other area seem to work. I think it's just the PDFs right now, something that's happening with it. Okay, going back to this one, the other one that it's a good starting point, it's create a reference. This is an encyclopedia database. And any topic that you try to find, it'll break it down into a mind map. And it'll give you different terms that your instructor can validate right now that it's accurate and according to the subject, correct? If you want to find additional key terms to do your search, then you can click on any of those, or you can just click on the article. And once you click on the article, some of those keywords will also be here at the bottom. If you see keywords here, remember that form that I was showing you that you can break down your search into different key terms. This will also be very relevant to use and to start building those. The more familiar you're with your topic, the better you're gonna be able to search, the more relevant you're gonna find the information that you're finding in these databases, okay? So it's better that you understand your topic first and fill that form. That way you can determine whether the searches are accurate or relevant to what you're searching for. Just like the other database that I just showed you, this one also has the citation tools. Let me reopen the article. You can save the article. You have your citation tools at the top. You can use APA, Chicago, or MLA like mentioned before. Let's see if this one does do the noodle tools. I don't know why it's keep asking me to register. Okay, so MLA, but you can do the same thing. You can just copy and create a new term. On this one, it's not a journal article. You'll create a new source. It's still coming from a database from EPCC, but then this is going to be a reference source right here because it's an encyclopedia. And again, you can search any topic. You can search for different people here, for example, too. Let's see if there's any people mentioned in this article. Like this one right here. If you're doing something specific on a person name on there or George Washington, then you can search for that person. And would also give you an article related to that person. Again, you can find additional keywords in here. And it has a bibliography for more information. There's also the citation way at the very bottom, but I recommend the one on the top. Okay, going back to the LibGuide. We have another tab here, which is the websites that have been curated and pre-selected by your instructor. You can do a search individually on each website on any of those topics, or you can just go to this Google custom search and type the first will be ads, but just stay away from those and scroll down a little bit, and then you start getting all the results from those websites related to the topic. You can just click on any of those and use your Noodle tools to also cite it. Then we're gonna be moving from the from database to website. Those will be open resources. So all of those will be web pages. Okay, then I'm going back again. I'm gonna go back to the home. Now you know how to get to the databases individually, but then you can also do a search on our EBSCO EDS. And here, the one I'm gonna recommend doing here, it's our electronic books. So if you click here where it says ebooks, it'll filter just to electronic books. So you're not getting all those books, but again, if you cannot find anything relevant to the topic that you're doing, especially when you get to the films and that they are very specific, we will do those exceptions to do the curbside pickup for those materials. Okay, so for now, again, you can start with this. You can just open the PDF full text and it'll take you to the actual full text of the book. You can also do a search within the book. And it'll highlight the exact pages where that is mentioned. Okay, and again, that's my broad subject right now, but once you have a specific subject, you can start putting those keywords within to search those. And it'll take you, again, to the specific pages. You can also do a citation from here. There's a cite at the top. And it'll open another box on the top, and then you can select whether you're using APA. On this one, you have to highlight. There's no copy button. You highlight that, and then you right-hand click and copy it into your Noodle tools. Again, EDS has more than ebooks. I just wanted to filter to show you how to search for an ebook, how to search within, how to cite it. But there's a bunch of other stuff here. There's newspapers, academic journals, magazines, reviews. You can see all the things that you can find here. Audio files, videos. There's a lot more. Talking about videos, I think I forgot on the databases over here. If you are a visual learner, we have something called Avon. This one, Avon Academic Video Online. And that's under the databases. And all of them have also like a script that you can follow to cite it once you start playing it. Not sure you can hear that. Probably not because I'm not sharing audio. And then you can also cite it from here. Again, you select APA, MLA, or Chicago, depending which one you're using. Okay. Gonna go back to the EDS real quick. Let me see if I didn't forget anything here. No, I think that's about it. think I've covered everything, Melissa, unless you want me to cover something else.
No, I think that's good. Maybe this would be a good time if students have questions asked.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to ask questions, you can either use the chat function or you can raise your hand and then unmute yourself.
Is it that clear or everybody left?
I think people might still be waking up too. I mean, we had that snow day yesterday.
I know. Julio, you had a question? I thought it.
Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Maria?
To back here at work, and then I have to review the recording. If I have a question, I get back with you.
Okay, sounds good. And then my contact info, it's on the lip guide, my email, my telephone, so feel free to contact me.
Okay. Yeah, I lost a lot of connection here.
Yeah, the internet's been a little difficult. I've noticed with the weather getting bad here, so we'll post it up for recording and you can review it. Hopefully when your internet connection is better, and if you have any questions, you can let Miss Ambriz or I know. Ivy, did you have any questions?
No, ma'am, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, sure.
So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and stop the recording here. And then I'll stay on because we have another 15 minutes if you guys want to pick my brain, ask me questions about anything in the class, or ask Miss Ambriz stuff off the record.